Hey, what's up, everybody? I figured I'd bring back an old form of content that I used to make and whatnot. It's been a while since I've done it. An R6 tier list. Game has changed a lot. A lot of things have happened to the game, good and bad, I'd say. So let's start it off. We're just gonna kind of go off the list. I like how it is actually really organized. It shows release dates and everything too. Like they're all in order, I should say. All right, starting off, we got Sledge. I'd confidently put Sledge in let's go with C. I mean, his util is okay, but I mean you can only do so much with a sledgehammer. And I mean for rotates, yeah, that's good, but we have characters like Buck, Ash, Zofia that just kind of put him out of play. Thatcher, S tier. That's a simple one. Thatcher is a need, especially let's say if they're playing basement on Chile, you're gonna need a Thatcher. That's just my opinion, of course, though, but I'd put Thatcher confidently in S tier. Let me scroll up a little bit. Sorry, y'all. Oh, wait, actually, no, because I want y'all to... whatever. We'll figure it out. Smoke, I'd put in... Let's go with A tier. Smoke is definitely a very viable pick. You have a really good shotgun. You have your SMG-11. Just a really good character overall. And, I mean, your Smoke does so much damage. And, yeah. It's just a viable pick. Sorry about that. Had to cough and clear my throat, so I just wanted to mute my mic. Mute, I'd definitely put in S tier as well. Mute is a really good operator. Sure, he has some counters, but as long as you just kind of play, let's say you get Impact EMP'd or Thatchered, you can set down another. The chances of it working, though, are pretty slim, but overall, he's a really good pick. Ash, I'd put at B tier as of now. Ash is good, right? But with the nerfs with the R4C, you have less ammo. That's a shame. It happens, though, and I mean, I kind of figured it would happen as soon as she got her ACOG back. I'd say she's in a pretty good standing as of now. There's always room for improvement, though. Thatcher, I'd put at A tier. The only reason why I don't put him at S is because we have characters like Ace that are just a better pick overall. And up onto Castle, I'd put Castle at, honestly, C tier. Castle's very good, right? You have a magnified scope now. You don't have a telescopic, obviously. You wouldn't have that on your UMP. He is good, but he is easy to play around. He's not broken, but he's also not bad. So, honestly, with that being said, let's put him at B tier, actually. Yeah. B tier is a bit more fitting. Pulse, I'd put at C tier. He has too many counters as of now. I mean, all you really need is an IQ, a Deimos, and you're kind of fucked. Or even a Jackal, Lion. You are easy to track down. That is the only objection that I have to him. But overall, not a bad kit. I mean, you get hella info, but that's really it. Oh my gosh. Sorry. Twitch, I'd put at... Well, this is a tough one. Right? It's a good counter to, let's say a Mira or a Mute. I'd put Twitch as of now in A tier just because you have a really good gun. You have two good guns, the 417 and the F2. They're both really good picks. One's high damage, semi-auto. One's full auto, medium damage. Really good pick, but you just need to be smart with how you use your Twitch drone. Now, on to Montang, I'd honestly put him at C tier. He's just a wall. If you're good at throwing nitros or impacts, then pretty easy kill. Doc is an S tier, and I will die on that hill. Doc is an S tier operator right now. You get healed to full health. You can stim down people to full health. He is just an insane pick overall. And honestly, in my opinion, oh my gosh. A must need for the team. Rook, I'd put him at A tier. Right? Not as good as Doc, but still really good. You can go with either or, but Doc is definitely preferable. Glaz, I'm putting him at a solid B tier. You have an insane sniper rifle that does a lot of damage and smoke grenades. That's all I need to say. As long as you don't got a warden, you're kind of chilling. Fuse, I'm putting him at D tier. Strictly because your fuse clusters are very situational and you need to get lucky. It's always a gamble. With the reinforcement changes, how you can put them on reinforcements though helps a lot in a sense, but in all, he's still just not that good. Especially if they have a roamer and you're trying to like let's say if you're playing on border, you're upstairs, they're in Teller's office, you're just trying to like go into Teller's office and get into a construction room and you're trying to put a cluster charge in there, you will get fucked. It's as simple as that. Capcan, I'd put at A tier right now, in my opinion, just because he is better than he was before. Beforehand, he had only 3 Capcan charges, and they would insta-kill, which is good, right? But you only have 3. 3 chances to get a kill. Now you have 5, and you can combo with a Frost, you can do 70 damage, and they're super low. It's super viable. Now, onto Tachanka. Tachanka, I'd put at C tier. He's not the worst, not the best, just mid overall. That's all I'll say. Blitz, I'd honestly put at B tier. He is really good if you're good with him. IQ, I'd put at B tier as well. Situational. Really depends on situations. With Pulse, though, good for countering Pulse. Now, on to Jaeger. I'd put him at C tier. Actually, no, D tier. He's just not that good. And I mean, you can run a Wamai that can just magnetize the shit. Sure, it'll still detonate, but comparing, it's like apples to oranges in that sense. It's just not good with either or. Now, on to Bandit. Bandit is good. He obviously is a worse version of Cade now, so at that rate, I'd put him at C. Buck is an S tier operator, in my opinion. Buck's soft breach, and he also has hard breach charges. You know how good that is for a team? That is fucking awesome. And his shotgun does so much damage, too. Like, on his gun, his underbarrel, that does a lot of damage. On to Frost. Frost, I'd put now how she is, like, with the rework, how they can break out of your Frost trap. If you're not camping on your Frost traps, then there's really no point in playing her if you don't have anybody to pick them off or anything of the sort. I'd put her at A, though. She's still a trapper. She's still really good. Blackbeard's obviously going to go into medium D tier. He's just not good. He's getting the rework next season, though. Valkyrie, I'd put at 8. Actually, no. Let's put Valk at S tier. Let's put some respect on Valk's name. The cameras are important. Info is super important on the game. Just play off of her cameras, you're chilling. Capitao, I'd put at C tier. Capitao isn't good or bad, he's just not good as of now. A good change would be buffing his gun. The Para has too small of a fire rate, in my opinion, as of now. Sorry, I keep going for drinks of water. I'm really thirsty. Kavira, I'd put at B tier. She's actually, I'm in between B and A. If they have a Deimos and you get scanned, you're kind of just fucked because you can get isolated really easily. So for that, I'll put her at B. She is a counter to Jackal, however, because of Silent Step. But with Lion, she isn't. Habana, I am putting at D tier. Habana just is the worst hard breacher right now, and I think that is very obvious. She is just out of meta. She is outclassed by every single other hard breacher and just relatively weak overall. Echo, I'd honestly put at B tier right now. Echo is controversial, right? He has plant denial, which is really good, and he's really good for info and just concussives in general, but his concussives actually don't affect you as much. Jackal, however, I'd put at C tier. He is in a lot of bans right now, especially in lower ranks. Like, I think the rank threshold right now for Jackal bans is like gold down to copper. I think that's kind of where you'll see a lot more Jackal bans. Right now, you'll actually, in like more higher ranks, you'll see Brava and Dokkaebi bans, which is ideal because Brava is really good right now. Mira, I'm putting at a solid C tier as well, right next to Jackal. Actually, I'm going to move her past Bandit and all of them into C tier. Mira is good, right? Mira is good for info, but all it takes is an ace, a Thatcher to ruin your day. Ying, I am putting at A tier confidently. Her flashes are really good. Sure, they may have a warden, but still, if you shoot him in the head, then he's dead. You know what I mean? Legion, I'm putting at B tier. His gun's really good. He's a viable pick. You get good info off of his goo mines. You just have to remember where you place them. So what I'm saying is, use your brain. You know that thing in your head? Use it. Anyway, Ella, I'd say is high C tier. Definitely not higher than C tier though. Like I'd say C plus, as high as C plus can get. So let's actually move her in front of Sledge. Ella is good, right? But the Grismots again are kind of like echo concussives. You don't really have much of an effect, and it doesn't last insanely long. As long as you get insta pushed right after, you're kind of fucked. But other than that, don't worry about it. Even with the Dokkaebi nerfs, right? I'd say that moves her down to like A plus tier, right? So I'd actually put her in front of Twitch. A plus for sure. But we have to like account for she needs to wait 45 seconds now to use a call, and she only gets 2. So statistically, you don't really have a opportunity to use your call well. But I mean, it's good for info. It's good for isolating people out. I mean, all it takes is a mute jammer. So at the end of the day, Dokkaebi isn't as good as she used to be, but better. Vigil, I'd put him at B tier. Vigil isn't bad, but I mean, it's just a dead giveaway anytime you're playing Vigil. As soon as they see the ECR going on, it's just, you're caught. You know what I mean? Like, it's very obvious when they have a Vigil. So his gadget's just kind of useless. His guns are really good, but his gadget's kind of shit. Zofia. Zofia has been through hell and back through all the nerfs. She is now a 3 armor, 1 speed. She used to be Ashe 2.0. I would still argue the fact that she is better than Ashe, however, but she's slow. Therefore for that I'm putting her in B plus. She is better than Ashe still, in my opinion. You have good concussives. You have your 2 soft wall breaks that actually work faster than Ashe's. So as long as you play her well, she's really good. Now, we're going to go through a speed round, and I don't need to explain these positions, just trust me. Now, as you can see, a lot just happened. I'm going to break down 2 of these characters. Azami, broken. Best shotgun in the game, stupid ass character. Now, Grim. Grim also has been through hell and back with nerfs. He is now in the best position that he has been in a long time, in my humble opinion. Actually, let's do 3. Oryx is Oryx. You are a shield counter, you are a good pick. Now, let's speak on our last 7 that we have. 8. Wow, I can't count, can I? Let's speak on to our last 8. The only reason why I did the speed thing is because this video has been going on for a while, and I don't want too much yapping going on. So, apologies, but I think it's pretty evident why I ranked these the way that I did. Ram, I am putting at C tier. Actually, let's go with B tier. B tier. I mean, as long as you're above, you know, you can get kills from above anywhere, really. You're good. You're good. You're not bad. You're just slow. So, you have to move quick. Turbo I'm putting at A tier. Turbo is really good. I just got him recently, and I've never had that much fun playing the game. Alright. Let's just get Striker and Sentry out of the way. They are D tier. They're not bad, but you don't have much viability to the team. I mean, sure, you can hard breach, you can do that on your own, but that's really it. Actually, for that, I'll move. Wow. Okay, save the progress, you guys. I thought we were cooked. For that, I'll move them both up into C tier. They definitely have their works, but they also just, it's a gamble. Deimos, I'm going to put at C plus, right? As much as I love the character, the concepts, he's really good. His Magnum's fucking impeccable. You are too easy to counter. You just need a mute jammer. You just need this, that, yada yada. And you are safe. The only sense where he is good is if you ping a cav that is roaming and you just find her. That's about it. He's good for isolating roamers, I will say. He's really good for that. So actually for that, we're going to move him in super, super, super low B tier. Like I'm talking almost hitting rock bottom. Now, sorry, I'm scrolling down because I just realized that it moved up the screen. So last two we have are Brava and Fenrir. Now, these characters are banned a lot for a good reason. No matter what they do with Fenrir, this motherfucker is going to be broken. As they could make it so you have one FNAT mine enabled at a time. He's still broken. You want to know why? You have your vision entirely engulfed. You can't see shit. You can barely hear shit. And you are dead. You are dead. And it lasts a while after it hits you. Is it easy to break? Yes. Yeah, it's easy to break, but will you get the chance to? Most likely not. So for that, he's going in S plus tier. He is going above everybody else. I don't know what they could do to make him less broken. So, maybe a prayer. Now for Brava. Last but not least, Brava. Brava is, if not one of the better attacker operators. Definitely not the best. Definitely not the best. Let's just get that straight. It's very easy to break her clutch drones, but when she sneaks past you, you can break Scopos' new thing. Oh, I got rid of my Scopos. Hold on, guys. Sorry about that. Yeah, I had to add in Scopos. When it gets to Scopos' new robot and you hack it, it just breaks, which is another life down for Scopos. And we'll get on to Scopos, don't worry, because I have a huge rant about her that's going to last a while. It's going to be a huge yap sesh. Now on to Brava. I would humbly put Brava at S minus tier. She is counterable. She is very, very counterable. But when you're playing somebody like a Rooney, you can get your wall hacked. There's so much potential with a character like Brava. And I think she's balanced right now as she is. I think she's pretty good standing wise. Now let's go to Scopos. I think this is the first time I'll ever say this. This is the best character that Siege has released past test server 2 game that isn't broken. And I can humbly say that. This is the best job that Ubisoft has done giving us an operator that is not broken. Let me put this into perspective. You don't have 2 lives. You have 2 bodies that you can change in between of. But if you die while you're controlling that robot, you're gone completely. Everybody was scared that it would have been 2 lives. And I understand. I even thought that it was going to be. And I was like, man, that's fucking broken. No. They didn't do that. They actually did something very smart. And I respect them really well for that. Like, this is amazing. So, here's how it works. You have a decent gun. The gun isn't the best. It has no recoil. It's a pretty good gun. It's a pretty good gun. I'll give them that. You don't have any magnified scopes, which is okay. You can live. I would say, and again, this is the best operator that they have released that is not broken. And I'm saying that with 100% confidence. This character is not broken at all. It's very simple to get behind her robot shields or even toss frags behind and kill her decoy off so she can't transfer anymore. And you have to put this into perspective. Each robot only has 110 health, cannot put on rook armor, and cannot get stimmed by Doc. Now, there are some pluses to this character as well. You don't take damage from smoke canisters, so you can actually... Smoke and Scopos combo is pretty good, but, again, not an insane character, which I actually really like. If anything, This character would need a buff. The only buff that I would see this character needing is transfer time in between robots. Well, sorry for the long yap sesh, everybody, but with that all being said, this operator Scopos is getting put in the C plus tier. I think Scopos is the best operator off release that Ubisoft has brought to us. I mean, you could look at, keep in mind, I've been playing the game since Skull Reigns, so when Cav and Capitao both came out, those motherfuckers were insane. Like, I'm talking Capitao's Firebow would do so much damage in such little time. Kavira would do so much and, like, could do so much. Your Silent Step was insane. The Lucian, like, it was broken. Every operator until now in other recent, like, I'd say Deimos was pretty good off initial release as well. They had to do some stuff in test server because he was kind of buggy, if I remember. Azami, broken. Fenrir, insanely broken. Malusi, broken. Ace, he was actually kind of middle of the line, you know. But the point of it is, this is one of the first characters that Ubisoft has brought to us in a long while, keep in mind, that has been perfectly balanced as is. I don't think there's anything that they should nerf about Scopos. Maybe a buff instead, which would be the transfer times. It does take a while, and I understand it, and I respect it. So if they were to keep it that way, I'm perfectly fine with it. But good job on you, Ubisoft. You've actually done something well. And I don't mean that in a slanderful way, you know. I love the game, and I deeply respect everybody at Ubisoft for putting in that work, you know. But we all have to admit, they kind of suck at balancing, which is normal. Sorry, I'm moving the screen a lot. I'm just trying to crop it so it fits. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, they did really well. So let's give Ubisoft a round of applause, I guess, everybody. And with that, it brings us to the end of this video. I hope you all enjoyed the video. Make sure to like and subscribe, and if you don't, that's okay too. Just thank you for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye.